Alright, so this week I don't have any kind of build for you. I don't have any educational thing. I wanted to step back and kind of more get into the real spirit of why I started this YouTube. The reason I started this YouTube was really to just kind of track along with my progress opening up a welding business. I couldn't find anything online or anywhere much other than just one single book that kind of got into explaining to me how to start my own welding business. I had aspirations, I had beliefs, and I wanted to kind of step back into that. So we're sitting here in the old Welder Beast truck, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. Here's the thing. When I started welding and got into it, I didn't actually even know what I was getting into. I really fell into pipe fitting, welding. My very first job when I was a helper welding on the pipeline in Alaska, the North Shore there, Prudhoe Bay. And I saw those welders and I thought, man, that is awesome. I want to be a welder. Ever since then, I went, like I've talked about before, I went through a 5-year apprenticeship. Throughout that whole apprenticeship, I was spending time on weekends, on my own time, on breaks and lunches, and after work, I was practicing welding. Eventually got the opportunity to take a welding school in the middle of my apprenticeship, so I took off for 5 months with no pay or nothing just to expand my welding on top of all the time I'd spent the previous couple of years all doing on my own time. It was really just kind of to condense it more and get more time underneath the hood. If you kind of see that it takes action, it takes your own time to do these things. With business, it's the same way. No one's going to come and tell you how to start a business, what's the right way, what's going to actually get you to success, what's going to get you 100,000 followers on social media, what's going to make you millions of dollars. No one's going to be there to tell you that. No one's going to be there to hold your hand. Businesses and welding and pretty much all of life, it's as different as unique as each individual. As unique as I am from you, my business is going to be so much different than yours would ever be. You'd never be able to mimic my welding business just because we're so different. My business is really just an extension of me and my personal beliefs, what my work ethics, how I got here. Life has kind of led me all to this point. So the main point I'm wanting to get with this whole movie, this whole YouTube here today, or wherever I post this at, it'll probably be all over the place. But look, just take action. If you want to learn how to weld, then do it. Don't wait on me or anyone else to teach you how to do it. You need to just go out there, get yourself a welding machine. Get yourself a little fab table. You can go down to Harbor Freight and get one for like 40 bucks. Get a little welding machine that plugs into the wall. Get some welding sticks, some welding rods. You can stick weld, TIG weld, MIG weld. Get you a machine to do that. Or, maybe go to a school. I don't know. The schools are pretty expensive. But look, you don't need anything big and fancy to make something happen. School's not going to teach you the right way or the wrong way. They're going to just give you a shop and a place to learn and grow for yourself. That's all that welding is. Business is the same way. You got to get out there and just start, and every action you take for starting or for moving forward is going to lead you to the next step, so your original plans for having a welding business or your original intent for learning welding is going to be so far off from what you end up actually using welding for, or what your business actually ends up becoming. For myself personally, most of my experience has been in Alaska, and specifically with pipe welding. I've been doing 100% X-ray pipe welds for 4 or 5 years now. Welded on the pipeline. I've welded on the Alyeska pipeline and done maintenance there. I've had the pleasure of welding up to about 48-inch pipe. I've had the pleasure of welding as small as 2-inch pipe, and then even smaller on socket welds and such. There's so many different places that I've been specifically with just pipe welding. Well, I decided to move my family down here to Arkansas to be near my extended family. and there's not so much requirement for that. There's really not a whole lot of 100% x-ray welding needed around here in Arkansas. So my original plan and intent for my welding business and my skill set is actually not was so much needed to fulfill the market here. The market is more so industrial repair, heavy equipment repair, farm equipment repair. That's all the things that are needed in this certain area. So I'm having to fill that, and my plans are so much different. I was really hoping to be able to get into some sort of business where I get just TIG weld all day. It's really clean, beautiful welds. I love TIG welding, but that's not where I live allowed for me, where the market's at. They really more need, specifically manufacturing. There's a lot of MIG welding around here, just to manufacture and fabricate things and get it out the door. My work here that I do is probably some of the dirtiest work. I work on used equipment, oily, dirty. I work out at a mill. It's got grease, sprockets, chains. I work around all that stuff. It's the least clean stuff, but it provides very well for me and my family. So when you're getting into welding, when you're starting a business, be realistic with yourself on what are you actually wanting to learn for your own personal knowledge, as a hobby, or what you're wanting to build, and what do you actually want to learn as a skill set that's going to be in the work field or in the marketplace as your own business. Because the truth is, what your hopes and aspirations may be for a certain hobby or what you would love to do can't necessarily be filled by where you live and what is actually around you. You have to provide for the market. So when you're starting your business, no one's going to be able to tell you how to do it exactly, because each market's different. Everywhere's got a different place that needs the job filled. So when you first start your business, you might not have a really clear idea. I didn't when I started my business. I had thought it was going to be one thing, and now it's turned into something else completely. So when starting your business, just start. Just get out there. That's the only way you can succeed. You can't read enough books. You can't watch enough YouTubes. You can't ever get enough knowledge in your head to actually create success. Success comes from action. Every single day, putting forth the effort. Believe it or not, the time I take to make these videos and post on Facebook and on Instagram and try throwing a tweet out every once in a while and keeping engaged with you guys and help you in any way that I can, it does take time away from spending time with my family, my leisure time, all this stuff. It takes effort on my part. This stuff isn't free or easy. It takes a lot of time. So the point behind that is, I don't need your pity. I need you guys to know that if you want something successful, I want that for you. Ask me and I will help. I will give you all the time that I have to try teaching you in any way you want to learn welding or starting your own welding business. Whatever it is that I know that I can help you with, I will try and help you. But it is going to take your efforts. It's going to take time on your part, and you're going to have to put action to it for it actually to come into fruition, for it to become something. You're never going to be ready. Ever. I was not ready. I thought I was ready, actually, but no, I wasn't even ready when I thought I was ready. When you get out there, there's going to be so many things that go wrong that you can't plan for, and then so many things that go right that you never anticipated. Business is just, it's an amazing thing. It's living, it's growing, it's changing. It's constantly something else other than what you thought it is. There's no perfection in this world. Like, everyone's trying to make just everything so perfect and uniform. Each and every nuance of a weld, if you look at it, that makes it unique. It makes it beautiful. That's the whole thing about manual welding. I mean, if you want a perfect weld, I guess you can go for robotic welding, but welding is an expression of you. It's your art. It's yourself put into your work, your pride. So when you leave a weld, you're only as good as your last weld. Doesn't matter what you're welding on. It be junk iron, be on just repair work, whatever it is. When you walk away from that weld, whatever you left, that's the proof of how good of a welder you are. You can't talk about what you used to weld on, how good you used to be 5 years ago. You can't talk about the x-ray welds that you used to make. Shoot, I even do that now. I talk about what I used to do. Right now is what I leave on the table. Do I give it my all every single day? And I promise you I do. I work extremely hard and I push very hard all the time. So if you guys want to get out there, you want to make a change, you want to be a welder, you want to have a different skill set or a career for yourself, you want to have a place to provide for your family above and beyond what the standard income is for most people, then get out there and do it. Just do it. Just get a machine. Get the equipment you need. Get a welding hood. Get some welding gloves. Get a welding jacket or just the sleeves if you need them. Get the machine. Get a stick welding machine or get a MIG welding machine or a TIG welding machine. Whatever you want to learn, get it. Whatever you can afford. Get a little fab table if you can afford it. Whatever it takes, just make it happen. Take the action. Are you going to make a mistake? Yes. Are you going to buy a machine that maybe isn't the best machine? Yes. I did that with my truck. I didn't get the best truck. Put enough money into it, it's a great truck now. But look guys, there's no such thing as perfect or the best. If you're worried about what people are going to say about you, if you're worried about people making fun of you, just leave that to them. Stop worrying about what other people think and do it for yourself. You guys are amazing. You can do whatever you want to do. So if you want to learn how to weld, do it. If you want to start a business, start. If you have any questions, ask me. I love to help you in any way I can, and that's the whole point of this YouTube series, all the social media. The whole point of why I started Welder Beast is just to inspire and help other people to take action to do whatever they want to do in life. If it specifically has to do with welding and manufacturing, fitting, fabricating, building. I honestly believe men were wired to build and create. That's what we're naturally gifted at. We're there to provide for our families. We're there to create, to build, and take pride in our work. If you're not doing that, I think you're just probably slowly dying on the inside. You got to have something that you take pride in, that you love to create. We are creators. So get out there today. Go create something. If you have any questions, just get a hold of me here on YouTube. Leave a comment. If you're following me on Facebook, shoot me a message. On Instagram, shoot me a message. If you're following me on Twitter, shoot me a message. I'll leave all those links here in the details. You can connect with me on all the social medias. However you guys need to connect with me, ask the questions. I would love to help you out. All right, guys, get out there, make a difference.